Let me tell you a little story today about the worst day of my life and how it enabled me to live with a better attitude of, meh, shit happens. So to those of you who don't know, I have Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disorder where the symptoms are internal bleeding, diarrhea, vomiting, and just a whole lot of bad stuff. Nowadays I live with an ostomy bag, but this hasn't always been the case. And when this story took place, I didn't have it. So let's go. I think I was about 29 years old and well, I was very sick with Crohn's disease. So I had diarrhea pretty much every single day of my life. Like it was so bad that at one point I couldn't even go to the supermarket without wearing a diaper because I just wouldn't make it. So this particular day I was in Palma de Mallorca, Spain, and I had to take the bus to go somewhere. So as always, I put on my diapers and I just went into the bus and proceeded to my destination. It was summer, so I was wearing shorts, like those 3/4 camouflage shorts that were very trendy, I don't know, in late 90s. I still had some of those and I was wearing them, which turned out to be a fatal mistake later. I'm in the bus and I start feeling my stomach getting upset, like that was just an everyday thing. And yeah, I got diarrhea. But since I had my diapers on, I was like, okay, no big deal. This has happened some other times. So I'll just get to the next bathroom and change them and I'll be good. What I didn't predict was that that day I had some very, very aggressive diarrhea. Like it was a lot and very liquid. And at some point, I felt that the cramps just weren't subsiding. Suddenly, I felt something warm running down my leg. And then panic hit me because I knew I was in a full bus in the middle of the summer. And I was wearing shorts. So I was like, oh no. I turned my back to all the people as good as I could because I felt like the back of my leg was getting warm. And I was like, oh no, please, please, Lord, don't do this to me. Don't let them see. But how were they not gonna see? It smelled awful. It was shit in a heated bus in the middle of the summer. So then the next disaster struck me. I was going to a specific house and the bus was supposed to go up until pretty much next to the house. But it was the wrong bus. I had gotten into the wrong bus and this one was gonna stop 2 kilometers before my destination, which means I had to go through the main city of Palma de Mallorca with shitty legs, shit-soaking shorts, and everybody was gonna see me because it was in the middle of the day. To be honest, I was like, please, universe, make me invisible. I don't want anybody to see me. I don't want to meet anyone I know. Please, just let me get to my destination and make this day be over. I was so ashamed. I've never been this ashamed in my life. But somehow I made it through the city. Of course, people were looking at me, but at least I didn't see anybody I knew. So I managed to pull through it and got to my destination, changed clothes, and at that point I was like, I hope this does never ever happen again. I was so ashamed. But here's the interesting part. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit like the security electricity things in the houses, that once the switch breaks, something happened in my mind. And I used to be very ashamed of. A few years ago, I wouldn't be able to show you my ostomy bag like I do now, because I would have been too ashamed. But it's like the experience of having felt something so terribly embarrassing and somehow still be here, like connecting the information of extremely traumatic, embarrassing moment, but still here, still living, and I'm very happy with my life. I have a great job, great friends. I have more guitars than I ever dreamed of, a wonderful girlfriend, wonderful computer, and I'm starting to get to know my mind a lot more because, as you know, I did the 5-MeO DMT, and I'm also doing psychotherapy, so I'm getting to know myself and why I do things in a certain way much more. Knowing that this super traumatic event turned out to nowadays be a funny memory, this is something that I always bring back to my mind whenever I start worrying about things. It's the same a little bit with relationships. Yeah, like we all had that relationship where at the point of breaking up, you were like, oh my God, it's gonna be so painful. I don't wanna do it. She's gonna hate me and we're gonna go apart. She's gonna find someone new and I don't wanna do this. But think back to breakups that you had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 years ago. How do you feel when you reflect on those moments? Chances are you don't really feel anything of the pain that you felt back then, because this time happened and it turned out that all your worries of that moment, maybe they didn't turn out that way, or they turned out that way, but it was much less painful than you thought. If a few years ago you would have told me that I would shit myself in front of hundreds of people, I would have thought, oh, this is something you can't recuperate yourself from. But I've been through it, and nowadays I tell this story at parties and we laugh about it because I'm still here and life is still good. So this is the takeaway message: is whatever is worrying you in your life right now, don't worry, because in a few years you will look back and it's gonna be like, yeah, it sucked, but in hindsight, it was exactly what I needed. And just like my poop disaster gave me much more confidence, maybe the disasters in your life right now are gonna give you exactly what you need. So with this being said, I wish you a wonderful week. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Let me know what videos you would like to see. Let me know in the comments if you've had some very traumatic experience in your life that you want to share. I would be very pleased to read them. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Much love. See ya.